Hello, I'm Maura Carley, founder and president of Healthcare Navigation, and today I want to talk to you about travel coverage. And I'm not talking about the type of travel coverage that involves trip cancellation or trip interruption, but we probably should address that another day since it's such a dicey issue with COVID-19 now. But historically, our concern has been more that once people leave the United States, that they have coverage for medical services and for medical evacuation. Many people have some limited travel coverage in their group plan, but it's often an out-of-network benefit with a substantial deductible. And remember, we've talked about out-of-network benefits before. You don't know what your financial responsibility is when you're out of network. Everything is a negotiation. So that's a reason to have travel coverage, even if you have some benefit in your group plan. And then many Medicare supplements have a foreign travel emergency benefit. It can be as much as a $50,000 lifetime maximum, but we don't think that's enough. You can exhaust that in one trip. How do you shop for travel coverage? There are many different sites. InsureMyTrip.com is one. You can probably look at options on eHealth Insurance. And there's another site my staff tend to favor for the moment, which is called squaremouth.com. So let me share why you want to have this. We get calls about these issues all the time where people just haven't thought about it, and they're relatively young and healthy, but we had one call from someone with a relative in a hospital in Italy. And even in that hospital in Italy, very few people were fluent in English, which was very trying for that family. And when you have travel coverage, you have someone else to call to help deal with whatever you may be dealing with. We get many calls from people who think Medicare is going to cover them outside the U.S., and that's very rare when Medicare does. I don't even want to go into it because it's so rare. But we had one call from someone who had a stroke in France and was in a hospital in Paris for many weeks, totally private pay. And then private pay as far as an air ambulance getting him back to the United States. Now, most travel coverage is going to have language that if there's an evacuation benefit that will take you to the nearest hospital able to deal with your condition. And that can be a source of dispute too, but better to have it and have a dispute than not have it and be private pay. So I know this hasn't been much of an issue for the past year and a half with the pandemic, but people are starting to travel again. Before you do, because you've got to commit to buy this coverage in advance of your trip, think about having coverage for medical services as well as evacuation, depending on where you're going. Thank you for listening. I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.